The higher mind, non-local intuition, divine synchronicities. What does it all mean? Here I want to introduce you to the part of human consciousness I call the higher mind. Some call it the higher self or soul self. Your higher mind is an energetic aspect of you that projects out of your physical body like an antenna, and connects with the unified field of energy. The unified field of energy is what scientists are hoping to explain one day by a unified field theory, but haven't yet developed a mathematical model for it. This unified field is the combination of energies that connect everyone and everything, including the energies of the spiritual realm with the energies of the earth plane. Scientists are studying energy and its components they call particles, with tools like the Large Hadron Collider in Europe. They're trying to discover all of the particles of energy in the hope of figuring out how the energies of everything interrelate. Your higher mind is the part of your consciousness that you are really tapping into when you do spiritual practices. Your higher mind, as part of your divine soul self, only knows the truth, and is literally a spiritual channel. You don't have to consider yourself spiritual to tap into this aspect of your consciousness. You can even consider yourself an atheist, and it still works quite well. This is because our universe is based on energy. And this part of you is simply energy. It doesn't care whether you believe in it or not, though belief in it may create resonance in energy fields to optimize its function. Some people are so disenchanted with religion and spiritual movements, that they have a personal bias against any terminology that has the slightest air of anything religious or spiritual. Believe me, I truly understand. But when I use terms like spirituality and divine in this article, I'm only referencing awesome energies in our universe, unexplained by science, that are available to us to facilitate our paths in life. Non-local intuition versus local intuition. Your higher mind is an aspect of your consciousness that you can use to channel non-local intuition. Non-local intuition comes from an unexplained knowing, and has nothing to do with pattern recognition or memory retrieval. In contrast, local intuition is derived from pattern recognition and memory retrieval, and is the type of intuition the traditional scientific model studies. These traditional studies look at how your conscious mind and subconscious mind work together to bring up old forgotten memories, and to see patterns in situations, so as to help you intuit something. Local intuition, or intuition confined to the body, is very different from non-local intuition, or intuition channeled from outside of the physical body. Here some of you skeptics may start to tune out and write me off as some type of quack. That's your choice, but I'll challenge you to use healthy skepticism and release your personal bias. You might just learn something new. As a physician trained in the scientific method, I understand it pretty well. As a human being with an open mind who has personally experienced phenomena I can't scientifically explain, I also understand that science does not have all of the answers. Science is limited by the current technology available to us at this point in time. In addition, the sacred god of science is also heavily influenced by personal bias. Even in some of the most well-designed scientific studies. So because of that, I have to combine a little philosophy with science in an attempt to explain the unexplainable. Let me tell you about a crazy experience I had that can't be fully explained by science. Non-local intuition in action. I often go to Sedona, Arizona, a place I consider very spiritual due to its unique natural settings. I love nature knowing it is chock full of divine energies. Sedona has some of the most beautiful red rock hills in the world. And is a mesmerizing place to behold. When I go to Sedona, I set an intention to connect with the divine, and so it was no surprise to me that it was here where I was introduced to some supernatural energies of the divine. On my first ever visit to Sedona, I met a beautiful, loving, and highly spiritual person named Nataya. Nataya is a clairvoyant artist. When she paints, she goes into a flow state by aligning with the spiritual channel of her higher mind, and she gets messages. These messages are for the person she is doing the painting, and contain information that she can't logically know. Nataya is unconditionally loving and non-judgmental, and her intention is pure. Because of this, the messages she receives are pure and full of unconditional love. In some way, these messages are meant to facilitate her client's highest purposes in life. Nataya calls these types of in-the-flow paintings totem paintings, as she resonates strongly with Native American spirituality. So while she was doing my totem painting, which turned out to be a butterfly. One of the things she said to me was, "I see you going to Germany to get a medical device." I thought to myself, okay, but I don't have any plans to go to Germany. The end result. I returned home, went back to work at my primary care clinic, and was working the evening shift. There was a family practice resident working that evening, who is a good friend of mine to this day. He came up to me at the end of the shift, and said, "Hey, I hear you are into alternative medicine," and I said, "Yes, are you?" Daniel, who is German, told me that his parents have an alternative medicine clinic in Germany. I later found out that it is a world-class alternative medicine clinic that draws patients from all over the globe. As we were chatting, he wrote down 2 website addresses on a piece of paper and handed it to me. One was the web address for his parents' clinic, and the other was a web address for a pulsed electromagnetic field device, which his father helped prototype. Over the next few days, I studied both of these websites, and then began an intensive PubMed search to see if there were any peer-reviewed research articles on low-level pulsed electromagnetic field therapy. To my surprise, there were hundreds of published studies, with the bulk of these studies showing beneficial effects on animals and humans. Shortly thereafter, I purchased the device, and incorporated it into my medical practice with good results. So Nataya's message to me was mostly correct, with a minor issue being that I didn't go to Germany to get a medical device. Germany came to me. My use of and writings about this device later led to me being asked to speak at multiple medical conferences for the American Academy of Anti-Aging Medicine. So in essence, Nataya's channeled message helped facilitate my higher purpose by expanding my tool chest as a practicing clinician. Her message also helped lead me to teach large audiences at medical conferences, which was a major goal of mine. Divine Synchronicities. The series of coincidences I just described can't be explained by chance, so I call these synchronicities. In my opinion, synchronicities have some type of divine facilitation. How could Nataya have known that I was going to incorporate some type of German medical device into my practice? There is no way she could have concocted that message to me based on memory retrieval from her subconscious mind or through cognitive pattern recognition. Our universe is teeming with energy. That message came to me via her higher mind, a spiritual channel, from the divine unified field that connects the energies of everyone and everything. If you look out into this unified field with the naked eye, you'll see lots of empty space. The paradox is that there is no empty space in our universe because all space is teeming with energy. This is because our universe originated as energy, which is the story of the Big Bang Theory. According to scientists, a few seconds after the Big Bang, our universe was nothing but intensely hot energy particles and gases. As our newly birthed universe began to cool, mass started to form, and planets were created. I don't want to take anything away from the spiritual component of the birth of our universe. Ultimately, it's at the merger of science and spirituality where we're going to find the true answers. All energy contains information. So I hope you are beginning to understand that the part of human consciousness I call the higher mind is where the energies of the earth plane merge with the energies of the spiritual plane. These energies contain information, including information from the unified field as divine messages to facilitate our higher paths in life. Ask any scientist who studies energy, and she or he will tell you that all energy contains information. Examples of this are how the sun's rays contain energy, which tells receptors in the leaves of plants to initiate photosynthesis, and tells receptors in our skin to initiate the production of vitamin D. Ultimately, it all boils down to energy to theoretically explain how currently scientifically unexplainable phenomena happen in our universe. More important, the revelation that consciousness is energy goes a long way in explaining parapsychological phenomena and even life after death. Our universe is energy-based, and because of that, we are all energetic beings. When you as an energetic being learn to work with and channel these energies, you can do some amazing things. Operator, if you like our article, give Conscious Reminder a thumbs up, and help us spread love light. Operator.